Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ontario Cryptids. Fall is here. Looks like I'll be turning on the heat in my house very soon. Time to spend a few hours outside to clean up the garden and get the shed cleaned out and ready to store all my deck furniture. I cannot believe how quickly the summer came and went. Today I have two stories to share with you all. We're going to be heading to California and Idaho, where these stories unfold. If you have an encounter story that you would like to share, then please forward your stories to OntarioCyrptids@gmail.com. I will be honored to share your story with like-minded people. Go grab yourself a beverage and get cozy in your favorite spot and sit back and relax. Okay, so this takes place September of 2022. We're going to be heading to San Francisco, California, and we're going to a bookstore. Are you ready for this one, folks? I just returned from San Francisco, and I cannot shake something that happened to me at City Lights Bookstore. It's a staple of the beatnik culture. Lawrence Ferlinghetti opened a store in the 50s, and it still attracts people with its poetic charm. My first visit was last weekend. I was on the second story in the poetry room when I felt someone tug my hair. I had it in a low ponytail. I thought it was my boyfriend, maybe signaling he wanted to exit. I shrugged it off as kind of rude and kept looking at the spines of the books atop the shelves. All of a sudden, he grabbed my ponytail and wrenched my neck to the left. I began yelling. I was very annoyed. "Stop! And what's your I stopped mid-sentence because I saw that my boyfriend was across the room. There was no one else in the room with us. I was completely dumbfounded. I tried to shake it off, but when I went to check my book out and pay my tab, I asked a bookkeeper if this place was haunted. She replied with a firm yes. But even more unsettling, she adds that the activity has gotten much more apparent since the seance they performed about a month prior. My skin still gets chills just thinking about it. What could this have been besides a haunting? Anyone have any rational explanation for me? All right, this one takes place in 2021. We are going to Valley County, Idaho, and the nearest town is Cascade. I didn't become interested in Bigfoot until a little over a year ago while camping in Cascade, Idaho. I'm originally from Houston, and to be honest, I didn't really grow up hearing much about Bigfoot. The extent of my knowledge of Bigfoot is that it was just a large, mythical, hairy man in the woods who leaves giant footprints everywhere. Excuse my ignorance, but I was just never into the lore, nor did I ever hear much about it in Houston. I was new to the Pacific Northwest when this incident happened. Anyways, back to the camping trip. It was near Warm Lake. It was past 2 a.m. in the morning. My husband and a couple we went with on the trip with had fallen asleep. I couldn't sleep and wanted to look at the moonlight over the water. I walked a short path through the trees and saw the moonlight over the lake expanding in front of me. There was an old wooden picnic table right by the water overlooking the lake. I sat on top of it, pulled out my headphones, and started gazing onto the lake. That's when I saw it. On the other side of the lake, I saw someone or something standing in the shallow water with the water reaching its shins. It was standing on two legs. I could only see the outline of it, but I remember thinking it looked too big to be a person. I didn't know what it was. I wanted to take a pic, but when I looked down to turn on my phone and access my camera, the screen illuminated my face. I looked up and saw whatever it was running back into the trees on 2 legs. It had long arms, and I remember thinking it looked like a primate. I was frightened, and at this point I went back to the tent and kept turning back to the lake expecting to see the thing again, but I didn't. Keep in mind, I'm originally from Houston. I'm a city boy through and through. My husband was born and raised in Idaho, which is why my friends and husband all got a good laugh at breakfast when I asked. I know we have bears and moose up here, but are there big apes in the woods too? Everyone roared into laughter. No, not unless you saw Bigfoot. I didn't laugh. All right, there you have it, guys. 2 great stories. I know these have been a little bit short, but as I just said, there's a lot of work to be done outside and around the house. But in any case, 2 fantastic stories, and I believe the last story was definitely one of a Sasquatch. What else could it have been? It couldn't have been far away, since just the light of the cell phone got its attention enough for it to run away. But in any case, great stories. Even the bookstore, that definitely is a paranormal activity happening there. Has to be a ghost. There was nobody else around her. But in any case, great stories. I'm going to end it here. If these stories reminded you of an encounter that you may have had and would like to share, then please forward your stories to OntarioCyrptids@gmail.com. I would be honored to share your story on this channel. Thank you for listening until the end. I truly appreciate it. Please hit the like button on your way out and smash the subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Have a great weekend, and I hope to see you all next week right here on Ontario Cryptids.